Jon Rahm was the top-ranked golfer in the World Amateur Golf Ranking for a record 60 weeks and would later become world number 1 in the World Golf Ranking, which he first achieved after winning the Memorial Tournament in July 2020. In June of the following year, he became the first Spanish golfer to win the US Open. So Rahm is simply what some might even call extraordinary. But what's really extraordinary is his lifestyle off the golf course. From exotic cars to endorsement deals running into millions of dollars, Rahm's lifestyle is definitely not what you think it is. When you're young and ambitious, you get very hungry. And hunger in golf is usually just a couple of misses away from turning into anger. But golf is the kind of sport where you can lose focus and fail and still come back to win big. Even as a schoolboy, Rahm was already competing with the pros. He was a young chap to whom much had been given in the way of raw golfing talent, and a lot was expected of him. While his career has had its share of challenges and successes, Rahm has consistently delivered outstanding performances both on and off the golf course, rarely failing to meet expectations. In his first pro year in 2016, Rahm earned an impressive $1 million, and surprisingly, that's been his lowest year since. The following year, 2017, the Spaniard earned $6.2 million. By the end of 2020, Rahm's overall earnings reached $9.3 million with a Tour Championship bonus of $3 million. The year 2021 marked Rahm's most financially successful year to date, as he concluded it as the leading money earner on the PGA Tour, accumulating $7.7 million in winnings with his total earnings of $16.7 million. Thus far in 2023, he has totaled $9.9 million. Rahm's overall career earnings have nearly reached $66 million. Rahm is ranked number 21 on the PGA Tour's all-time money list, having earned over $44 million on tour alone. But what makes all of these mind-blowing is the fact that the 28-year-old has achieved this in just over 6 years since going pro. That's a feat very few even come close to in their early days in the game. However, even off of the course, Jon Rahm's money still keeps rolling in. We're talking about endorsement earnings with the biggest internationally recognized companies and brands. Big companies mean big endorsement deals, meaning big money for Jon. He has deals with the wristwatch brand Rolex, VistaJet, a software company Blue Yonder, Silver Leaf Club, and apparel brand TravisMathew, and is one of the few golfers who signed a deal with Mercedes-Benz. He also signed a multi-year agreement with Callaway after working with TaylorMade for a few years. Rahm is estimated to have earned nearly $6 million from endorsement deals over the years, and these numbers will undoubtedly increase as the years go by. But while growing up, Rahm never pictured himself earning this much in the game. In fact, he didn't know which sport to settle for at some point. Jon Rahm was born on November 10, 1994, in Barica, a town in Spain's Biscay province, a territory of the Biscay country with its capital in Bilbao. Rahm's family background reveals an interesting mix of heritage. His surname can be traced back to a Swiss ancestor who relocated to Spain during the 1780s. Rahm's father, Eduardo, comes from the Biscayan region, while his mother, Angela, has origins in Madrid. Eduardo, who introduced the family to golf, had caught the green bug after watching the Ryder Cup in 1997 in Alderrama. And although it was just him and his wife Angela at first, Jon was later consumed by the golf infection. He got his first lessons in golf between 6 and 7, but wasn't very keen on the sport, as he also played other sports at the time. Rahm was interested in canoeing, taekwondo, and soccer, in which he played goalkeeper. He's a big fan of the Biscay soccer team Athletic Bilbao, which plays in the Spanish First Division. Even when he played soccer in the neighborhood, Jon played as a goalkeeper and would get angry and storm off the pitch when he conceded a goal. In his teenage years, he finally chose golf and his father had his eyes on America, where he knew his son's abilities would get the best grooming and visibility. In 2012, the JV boy, who spoke more golf than English and had to learn slang from the music of the likes of Kendrick Lamar and Eminem, moved to Arizona State University, where he was coached by Tim Mickelson, brother of golf legend Phil Mickelson, who later worked as Jon's agent before going on to caddy for Phil. The relocation to the U.S. proved providential for the Spaniard, as his time as a green golfer in the amateur ranks was nothing short of dominant. Golf was his main priority from day one, and by the time he was 15 years old, he was already tearing up other amateur golfers. Rahm represented Spain, winning the 2011 European Boys Team Championship, the 2014 European Amateur Team Championship team events, and the 2014 Eisenhower Trophy individually. Soon enough, he got a golf scholarship at Arizona State University, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in communications. In no time, he established himself as one of the finest athletes in college. Graduating with an exceptional tally of 11 tournament victories in college golf, he ranked second only to Phil Mickelson, who holds the record with 16 wins during his own collegiate career. Rahm has always been competitive, and it's been obvious since he was an amateur. He constantly strived for success, winning multiple amateur tournaments. In 2015, he reached the pinnacle of the World Amateur Golf Ranking and held the #1 spot for an impressive 60 weeks, setting a record. Rahm went pro the following year just after the U.S. Open and played his first pro event at the Quicken Loans National. Since then, it's been one victory after another for him. Rahm clinched his second major title by winning the Masters tournament on April 9th of this year, finishing 4 strokes ahead of Brooks Koepka and Phil Mickelson. Due to weather conditions, the third round was delayed, forcing Rahm to play 30 holes on Sunday. Rahm won this year's edition of the Masters, and his victory marked him as the 4th golfer from Spain to win the Masters tournament and the first European golfer to win both the Masters and the U.S. Open. Rahm became only the 4th player to overcome a multi-shot deficit after 54 holes and win both the U.S. Open and the Masters. He reclaimed the #1 spot in the official world golf ranking with his victory. So if you're wondering why Rahm has amassed so much wealth, I guess you've seen why. But if you're wondering how he spends his money, then sit back and prepare to be amazed. Growing up, Rahm didn't live in the best of homes, so he vowed that if he ever made it big in pro sports, he was going to cop a home that befits his status. But Rahm's purchase is more than a home. It's a mansion. He lives in an exquisite 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in Scottsdale, Arizona. Rahm resides in the Silverleaf community, which is well known for its luxurious homes and beautiful views. This home is designed with modern interior decor and has over 3,000 square feet of space. It has a kitchen with state-of-the-art furnishings, a comfy home office, a wine cellar, a game room, and a very spacious master bedroom. One of the reasons he purchased the property back in 2020 was because it came with its private golf course. But the Arizona mansion isn't Rahm's only multi-million-dollar purchase. The pro golfer owns a villa in Pozuelo de Alarcón, Madrid, Spain, which he purchased in 2018 for $3.2 million. Located on a 2,200 square meter plot, the villa features 6 bedrooms, a pool, a gym, a sauna, and a cinema room. Rahm also owns a penthouse in Bilbao, which he bought for $1.4 million, and another property in Avon, Ohio, which cost him $650,000. But when it comes to flying in style, no one does it better than Jon Rahm. Having signed an endorsement deal with VistaJet, Rahm has access to any aircraft available once he needs to travel with as little as 24 hours notice. Speaking about 5-star transportation, Rahm loves to live life on the fast lane. He owns a $179,000 Mercedes G63 AMG, a $249,000 Mercedes SLS AMG, a Mercedes S-Class worth $114,000, and a $125,000 Mercedes EQS. However, the 28-year-old doesn't enjoy all this luxury alone. He does it with his stunning wife, Kelly Cahill, whom he met during his college days at Arizona State. Rahm was on the golf team, while Kelly was on the track and field team as a javelin thrower. And you bet she's as competitive as her husband. The duo wedded in December 2019 in Bilbao and had their first son Kepa a week before the 2021 Masters. So what do you make of the Spanish golfer's lifestyle? Let us know in the comments below.